Well, if it isn't another Friday edition of
Is it?
Mike Kelly.
It's Friday?
It's funny. I thought every day this week was Friday. So
no, Wednesday you thought it was Thursday.
Yeah, Tuesday I thought it was Thursday,
and Monday you probably thought it was Thursday.
Oh my God, today is horrible.
Hey.
No, I just looked at the alert to lock. We're down 86 basis points today. And we were down yesterday.
Does it go lock?
Well, I knew the lock yesterday and the day before.
Yeah.
If you have a loan and you're in contract, the moment you get in, you need a lock because you need not. I think we talked about this last time.
We are back, Jason. Nice to see you there.
Yes, it's Friday.
It's Friday.
Tell your friends.
Hey, so what were you able to lock them at?
Well, I locked them a couple days ago.
Okay,
but
cool.
I can't really say the rate because then I have to say APR and all that other stuff. But what the big difference is we were talking about before you came on air. If you have a 700 FICO score versus a 607 FICO score, it could be a 1% difference in interest rate.
That's huge.
Yeah. And so that was that whole thing we talked about before. Why push people into a 580? Yes, we can do it, but when you go from a 4 something to a 5 something, that's a huge difference in payment. So it just depends on the people's situation. What's best for them,
Yeah.
Anyway,
a little shout. You want to do a couple shout outs?
For
congratulations, Terry Withrow, for being pretty dominant in that race for supervisor.
Well, we might lose some Democrats if you start throwing other stuff out there. So, and I don't mean that in the wrong way because I believe we're all in the middle. So,
hey, I think he ran a good campaign. No smear jobs, kind of nice, and the voters approved. So, and Nathan Magzig, great guy, not a career politician. I still believe he's the man for the job, but we'll see how things land.
Like my cup today.
I do. I'm a ray of flippin' sunshine.
Yeah.
Are you?
Yeah. Today I am.
Today you is.
It's going to get a little warm out there today, people.
You got the graffiti cruise going on today. People are already set
it's
up.
It's a parade.
Oh.
It's not a cruise.
Oh.
Because that's illegal in Modesto.
Bite me.
No, it's the parade.
It's a cruise.
It's a parade.
Oh, whatever. People already setting up and sitting in their lawn chairs.
Really?
Waiting for the
it starts at like 5:30, right?
I don't think she did.
Oh. Gotta get my little piece of concrete.
She was looking at her watch.
Did it already happen?
Is it gone?
You sure she was waiting and not just homeless?
Oh, no, she was waiting. She was dressed nicely.
It's going to be a long day and it's going to be warm. I keep saying that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you're not interested in the parade, don't go downtown. Don't go south of Briggsmore. Because you'll be upset.
Yeah. Till 8:30. And then after that, you'll be, even because then it'll still be going on somewhere.
So the market.
Yes. Which part of the market?
The real estate market. Fewer listings this week than last week. I think you'll see after Father's Day a little uptick in listings. More sales, I believe. My last look was more sales this week than last week.
I must say that's a really nice hat you have on there.
There's a buddy of mine gave it to me. He makes me do this show, but
you begged me to do this show
so badly. I don't think I was on my knees though.
No, that was not that bad. Where was we at? So the market, everybody's worried, nervous about what to do right now.
Yeah.
And I was talking to a lady yesterday from, she's no longer in the industry because long story, but anyway, she's like, people still bought houses when it was 8% in the 80s.
Yeah.
And 12% and 20%. We just have to get comfortable with what was going on right now and understand that. I read a few articles that says take advantage right now and buy the house and then refinance in a year or so. And that's basically what we've been saying.
Did they write that after we talked about that?
I think they've been taking our words the whole time.
I think so too.
Which is okay.
It's all right. It just kind of
it's a good form of
reiterates
flattery.
That we kind of know something.
Yeah, it's a form of flattery.
It is a form of flattery. There's another form of flattery too. I can't talk about it.
Okay. All right.
It's not Fight Club either.
It's not.
My oldest son sends me a picture of his swollen eye. He's still a water polo player at 38. And he says, first thing about Fight Club on the picture. And I said, can we talk about it? He says, no. But he scored. He said, but it wasn't worth the score on the play.
I guess it's better to be a water polo player than a hockey player because they usually have no teeth after by the time they're 30, at least a few of them missing anyway.
Yeah. They have implants.
They're talking about everything going up. Rents are going up. Car prices are going up.
Interest rates are going up.
Airplanes are
going up.
Hotel fares are going up. Everything's going up because it's getting more and more expensive. I think I'll be walking to work here pretty soon.
You have that great bike, and it even has a water bottle holder.
Which doesn't?
Huh?
What'd you say?
Your bike.
It has a water bottle holder.
I said it even does.
Of course, it has two of them.
Yeah. So you could make it that mile and a half to work.
Yeah, I could get my little cruiser to make it for a mile and a half to work.
You won't get lost in the desert.
No, it just will be so hot.
Hey, we rode our bikes around. I think I told you that this last weekend. What a lot of fun.
Yeah. Right in Modesto is fine as long as you're not where there's a lot of traffic.
What are some concerns out there, listener land, on real estate? It's not difficult to get into a contract nowadays.
Oh, it's a great time to get in.
It's a great time to get in. What I said Wednesday is have your realtor, your really good realtor, ask about what the needs of the seller is, because it's still kind of a seller's market, pretty much a seller's market.
It is, but they're more willing to do more stuff.
Right.
I had one on, they just got in a contract and they got $8,000 from the seller and they're fixing the air conditioner.
Yeah.
It's like,
that even happened during the cluster of,
if you had a good agent,
and don't give up all your contingencies right up front. It's kind of silly unless you're just, I'm the general contractor. I'm this, I'm that. I can do all this stuff. Then do it.
Right.
Fantastic. Buyer beware. Get inspections.
Is that caveat emptor?
It's a lot like.
I just can't remember. I don't know
what's going on in your world over there?
Which world is that? Interest rates, or are you talking in general loans?
General loans.
We're doing there's been a huge increase in reverse mortgages. So.
I read that the other day.
Yeah. Well, I've been doing that for a while.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because a lot of people are worried, and 25% of retirees can't retire now. They have to stay working.
Right. So they're having their house pay for them to stay alive.
Well, no, I'm just talking about 25% of retirees that were going to retire are not going to retire now because they can't afford to with inflation.
Yeah.
Maybe if they looked at, reverse mortgages or something else, they might be able to. And again, it's not for everybody. So you really need to look into it and see if it makes sense too.
Yeah.
But it is for a lot of people.
How hard is it to sell a home with a reverse mortgage on it?
Not at all.
Okay. That's
as long as there's equity in there.
Yeah.
And the way we're appreciating the amount of interest rate that you add. So a lot of people don't understand a reverse mortgage is kind of reverse of a HELOC, the home equity lines of credit, where the difference is instead of making a payment, that payment gets added on to your principal.
Right.
It's unique. It's complete opposite. So people are like, I don't understand. You can make a payment. But the problem with that is, and I found out with somebody I did it, they wanted to make a payment. The people like, we don't know how to apply this because you're the only one that wants.
You're the only one that wants to make a payment.
Yeah,
nobody else does.
Right, and so you can do it, but for most people, it's about refinancing, paying off your debt, and not having another payment for the rest of your life.
Right,
while you live there, and then when you're done, you can pass it to your heirs, or some people are taking the money now instead of selling their home.
Right.
Because if they sold their home and tried to scale down, it's not a good time for that. Or they got to pay capital gains. When you take it out with reverse mortgage, you do not pay anything on that. It's not income tax. It is your money.
Just another wonderful strategy to stay alive.
Well, and also to deal with your overall, inheritance for people too. You could give them the money now if you wanted to. I had somebody else who really wanted to give the kids some money now. So that was what they did.
Yeah. Yeah. I had clients last year where the alive people wanted to give them a couple $100,000 to put down on a piece of property while they were alive, so they could come visit and enjoy, their home. Kind of cool.
Yeah, and I ran into yesterday. I was talking to a bunch of financial planners, and they're like, "Give them money now.
Yeah,
don't set it up to where someone has to do this or this or this to get your money. Help them out now. Pass away with no money. Give it away now." So
no shekels.
Yeah. Sorry, kids. I gave all your money away.
You're not getting it. Home Depot got it. And Pools by Nelson. Oh, I can't say that.
No, only if they sponsor the show.
Yeah.
But if, a lot of people are still looking at redoing their houses and staying put, and it makes sense. And I actually think, if we keep going where we're going, people are going to start assuming loans and then doing a second to make up the difference like they used to.
That was a fun time in real estate when we were actually doing that. In fact, I sold a property where they formally assumed the FHA first. They formally assumed a second and a personal third. And the listing agent was kind enough to defer his commission for 6 months so these people could get into the home. It was a really interesting transaction. And think about it. We can be very creative. We're not going to do anything illegal. We're not going to put you in harm's way, but there are a million ways to get into a piece of property. And as the market changes, as this world turns, you got to be creative.
Right. Because someone bought a house 2 years ago, right?
Yep.
And they put 20% down, and now they have a loan at interest rate of say 2.75, and then they go to sell it, and they need to get out that additional money. Well, you could put your down payment and then make the difference. Some of the seconds that we have now, HELOCs go up. Most of them used to go up to 89.999.
Mm-hmm.
Some of them now are going to 95.
Wow, percent.
Yeah. So there's a whole new, I'm getting hit more and more by these companies to push their stuff because it's a great idea. I mean, to keep that first where it's at and get a new second, and then down the road, refinance them both together.
Yep.
We can be very creative and make it work for you.
Especially when the interest rates go back down.
Yeah, they will go back down. Just like
they always do.
Yeah. Yeah. They're going to hit us probably 1% when the next time they meet.
Right.
They're definitely 50. That's each time they meet for the next year.
350s.
Yeah, that's 150. By the way, they're definitely set that up for what they're going to do, and they have to kind of really push this, like Paul Volcker did, who actually pushed us into a recession. Pretty much they're saying there's no way to stop this by not going into a recession.
Right.
And with the numbers that came out today, it's going to keep. It's just, I don't want to say it's bad. It's just we're not used to having inflation core and rate this high. So, but everybody's like, well, it doesn't matter. Well, it kind of matters. Still go, but you still change whatever you need to do. You're still going to do. If you're going to take a job somewhere else, you're going to sell your house. You're going to buy a house somewhere else. You're going to rent. Rent's going to keep going up. The only thing that will keep your payment where it is if you buy.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, Alabama's a good thing. That was the new secret I just heard the other day was we're moving to Alabama.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Well, good thing you're doing it in the summer.
Yeah. When the mosquitoes aren't as large as dogs.
Why can't you get off your porch in the summer? Because I'll fly away.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. People don't really. That's the one thing. I was talking to somebody else, and they were during the election stuff, and they're like, everybody I know is leaving because they're fed up with California, but I'm staying and I want to fight. And I said, that's why we're here. And that's why we're trying to do. And we're trying to make California golden again. Right. Let's get that tarnish off. All of us are here let's make it a better place, however that is. And so that's why you stood behind who you voted for and who I voted for. I stood behind. And in November, you need to do the same thing.
Yep. And then get involved, get active, do things
at the local level.
Yeah.
And move on up.
Yep. Yeah. Like the Jeffersons. Hey,
I'm going to move to the east side.
Do you want a question or shall we go?
You can get a question. While you do that, I'll see if I can find one for you.
Okay. What are the VA loan requirements?
First one has got to be a veteran or a widower of a veteran.
Just a widower.
Or, widowed or, a spouse. How about that? Someone who passed away. But you're also supposed to be receiving and bear with me, I don't have the term. I didn't know you're going to jump on that. So as good as these questions are, let's just focus a regular person who you have to be a veteran. You have to be honorably discharged. That's huge. The other thing, if you're a reservist, you've had to put in a certain amount of time in order to be able to, or have been deployed for so many days.
Right.
And so a lot of veterans, a lot of reservists now qualify because they were deployed. Most of them didn't think they were going to get deployed, but they did. And what else am I missing? DD 214. I mean, you have to be a veteran, and basically the best part of it is it's lower rates and there's no mortgage insurance on it especially if you're a disabled vet, you don't have to pay the funding fee. But it's an easy way to get into a property with no money down, and the limit is for most companies 1.5 million with no money down, but some places go to 2 million.
Right. Yeah. It's a great loan.
And as you hear out there, you can go to FICO score 580, but we're going to work on that to get that higher, to get a better rate. Because we want you in a better rate and stay in that home.
Here's the moral of the story: sellers agents.
Oh,
don't walk away from a VA loan. It's a great loan.
Well, the other thing is, and I keep forgetting to say this because I think everybody knows this, there's no non-allowables anymore.
Right.
Right.
Well, they did away with those a while ago to make them more competitive for
the last one when they changed it 2 years ago to the blue water.
Right.
One, that changed
Tidewater,
everything. Tidewater is when the value is not going to come in.
Appraisal. Yeah.
Yeah. Which I didn't even know that term because I never had that problem before until last year.
Yeah.
But most people don't realize, and even if you have an issue with pests, we just needed to have no active pests. So there's a short form that we can use through VA. And that's even if you're doing a refinance cash out on a house, VA, you have to have the same pest thing done.
Right.
And the greatest thing about VA is they have this EARL, which is a refinance where you don't have to show your income again when you go to refinance. But be very careful because a lot of companies prey on veterans through refinances.
That sucks.
Yeah, well, because they're trusting.
Yeah.
You'd think we weren't, but we are. And by the way, I'm a veteran. If you
I know that.
I know you did.
Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah. I can't get your question for you.
It's okay.
Let me see if I have one here.
It's all right.
Ask.
It's all right.
No, we don't know when it's going to crash again. God, dude, all these are the same one.
Yeah, I don't think it's ever going to crash.
Is buying a house always a good investment? Always. Good morning, Chuck.
Hey, Chuck, did you just get off the Peloton?
Oh, by the way, I'm big hangry on the Peloton if you want to follow me.
Yeah. And what am I? I'm maniac. No. Yeah.
I'm sorry, start dancing.
I cannot dance like that.
Hold on. The bucket of water.
When the bucket of water hits me, I do not look like that. This is a personal opinion answer. And my personal opinion is yes.
Okay.
That's my personal opinion.
You don't want to back it up for any additional? Why is it always a good time to buy?
Why is it always a good time to buy? Because this is the one thing that is always, always, always going to appreciate at some time. Back in the day when people were doing the short sales and getting out because they talked to their uncle and the uncle said, I can't believe you bought something and now it's worth less. Why aren't you getting rid of it? Your property's only worth what it's worth when you sell it. So if you're in a down market, prices below what you paid for it, you are still working, you can still make the mortgage payment, hang on to it, wait for the market to change, then sell it and accept your appreciation. So you have to be smart. You can't be a ding dong and say, oh gosh, Chicken Little, the sky's falling. I'm going to get rid of my house. I'm going to short sell it. I'm not going to take responsibility for the loan I took out that I promised I would repay. I'm going to beg and see if I can get the lender to, bite the amount of money that it takes to close the escrow. Now, some people legitimately had to do it because they lost their job at the same time, or they were being forced to move, but there were a lot of people that did not legitimately do it. So yes, it's always a great investment.
Right. And so if you buy the house, the Great Recession was a unique situation. We're not going to see that again because we have none of the loan programs, none of the stuff we've done
so far.
We don't have that, nor will they come back because too many companies went under. And the issue is, so if you focus on buying a home, no matter when it is, over a 30-year period, your house will appreciate, your house will increase dramatically. Because even if you kept the house during that Great Recession, it would have went down and come back up the other side, and you would have made money. I helped a lady just recently who bought at that time, and she was underwater by a couple $100,000, and then she went up the other way, and she actually sold it, and she was able to buy the house she wanted.
Yeah.
And
how about that?
Yeah, shocking. And you're only out your down payment, right? And that's equity. I mean, so if you're buying stocks,
people are arguing you're out your down payment and all the mortgage payments you've made since.
No, because most people, until the tax change that happened 6 years ago when Trump was in during the whole change, where you got $12,500 for each individual.
Right.
At that point, you didn't itemize anymore. Right. Prior to that, you itemized and wrote off that interest and everything else. So it was a benefit for you. So you actually were benefiting from it. Today, you don't have that same benefit with the way the tax is set up. But So you have the appreciation. It's the best way to build personal wealth, period. Because if you buy a stock, you have to pay the full price of the stock. If you're buying a house, you leverage by what you put down.
Absolutely.
So
yeah.
when you go up like 60%. When stocks go up, you go up a few percents because you already put all that money in.
And here's the other thing. If you're in your first home and you can afford a down payment, or you leverage that property to put a down payment onto your next home, keep your first home as a rental. It's a complete different strategy, but the more real estate you acquire, the wealthier you will be.
Yeah,
build your empire.
Passive income.
Yeah.
And do it over time. Don't do it all at once. Take your time doing it. Don't be in a hurry.
No, I believe you just should do it
once every Wednesday.
Once every Wednesday.
Okay. All right. That's funny.
Yeah.
That's real funny.
Yeah, well, I'm a dork.
But yeah, so of course it's a good time to and if you can buy, and I try to help people buy their first house if they're not married, or if they're just single, if they're single, not married, or if they're just a couple and they're not going to have kids for a while. Why not buy a duplex, a triplex, or fourplex? I know it's much harder today because all the investors want them, but over time it's a great way to get in. Buy that first with 3.5% down FHA, use the rents towards and so you can qualify for it. The problem with VA buying it is you have to qualify for the whole payment.
Right.
So you can do it with VA, but you got to qualify for the whole payment.
And you bring up an interesting point. And I had 2 students job shadow me this year. What a great time that was. And it was interesting that's exactly what they were thinking is, why don't I, as a Ute, purchase a duplex?
A what?
A Ute. These 2 Utes.
My cousin Vinny.
Yep. So why don't I, as a youth, buy a duplex, use the one side to help me make my payment on my mortgage, keep it as an investment, and then jump into the next house later on? And I commended them for thinking that right out of the box. And then gave them some strategies on how to do so. So it was interesting that the young people were already thinking about building their empire.
Well, it's real estate hacking 101.
Yeah, 101.
Hacking. Anyway, yeah, we should start doing that. No, it's important. The earlier you start, and why not use that for 3.5% down?
Yeah.
I helped some clients down in San Clemente, right? They sold their properties up here, bought a property down there. This is 6 years ago. The property they were buying, the duplex, was $950,000. I did the largest FHA I ever did, which was $850,000.
Wow.
455. So they put down 12% because of the difference in value, right? They would have only had to put down 3.5% on that. Fast forward. So fast forward 6 years later, you know how much that property is worth?
Probably 3.2 million.
No, 2 million.
Okay, well, that's
only up.
That's close.
So they're only up 1.1 million. No big deal.
Yeah.
But that was a block from the beach and the whole 9 yards. And they always I can't believe we were able to do this. And they live in one side, Airbnb the other side, and they make about $5,000 a month, Airbnb in the other side.
Pretty damn cool.
Yeah. So they've never made their mortgage payment themselves.
And they're youngsters?
Well, no, they're older and they have kids. But why wouldn't you want to? It's San Clemente and have your kids right a block from the beach, right there, there every night. Your kids get to surf constantly. It's a great life.
Yeah.
There we go. So what do we say? Buy investment first, then buy the house you want to live in.
Yep.
Yeah. The only problem with them is they bought the investments third, right? Because they had 2 houses here. And now it doesn't make sense to go buy a single family house down there that's going to cost them $800,000.
No, or more.
Yeah. And, so they'll always be there, which is block from the beach. It could be worse.
Yeah. Could be a block from
it could be 5
Starbucks.
blocks.
Oh, it probably is, right?
I have no. No, it's probably 2 blocks from the beach. From the, it's right there. It's in San Clemente. I don't know if you've ever been down there. It's right on the coast. Everything's right there.
One time, I can't remember why I was there, but one time.
It's on the way down to San Diego right before Camp Pendleton. And that's one of the best surfing beaches down there.
I wouldn't know. I'm not a surfer.
Well, the best is actually on Camp Pendleton. So you can't get on it unless you're military. Anyway.
So do you love the smell of napalm in the morning?
No.
Oh,
they didn't.
That was a great surfing movie too.
Okay, we're in the wrong.
Yeah.
Talking the wrong thing.
All
All
right.
right, everybody. We've been here very long today.
A long time. Sorry to bore you guys.
Yeah, we hope we gave you some good information. If there's any questions you guys have let us know for Monday.
Please
put them here. Just put them on here as a comment afterwards, and we will look at it and answer them on Monday. Everybody have a great weekend and go support the parade.
Goodbye, guys.
And don't forget about Saturday and Sunday. The graffiti.
Yep.
I think Sunday will be better because it's only gonna be like 80.
Yeah, it's only supposed to be 100 on Saturday, down 7 degrees.
Yeah, but Sunday's even cooler because the rain's coming in.
Yeah, and that's MJC West Campus.
That's correct.
For the car show.
Yep.
All right.
All right, everybody have a great day.
Have a wonderful weekend, kids.
All right, bye.
Bye.